Are we live? I believe we are. Give us a few moments. Let some others join us in the chat here. As promised, we are live in action. Just posting on other platforms here. Let everyone know. There we go. Cool. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Synchronicity as soon as I join. Yes, synchronicities right there. Hey, come through. Ooh, yeah. Yes, exactly. Come on, man. Jeez. Damn. All right. Let's get everything set up. How's everyone feeling out there? Let me know in the chat how you're feeling and where you're chatting from. All right. Let's get this. So, just setting up my equipment as we give this a few more moments. Not going to procrastinate too long because hey, it's time. It's go time. And yeah, yeah. I got my Mellovated shirt on today, right? I got this from Only a Stoner on Twitter way back in the day. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Okay. Burn a little Palo Santo for you and me. Welcome to the 1111 podcast. Let us all join by taking a deep breath in And a deep breath out. If you're catching this, we are live, literally live in action on the YouTube streaming platinum service. So make sure that you have those bell notifications turned on for my subscribers so you know when new videos are being released and when these random live additions may show up. Very grateful to have you all here. It is the mid-season finale of season 14. And as always, any topics you want to hear, or if you would like to be a guest or collaborate in some way, shape, or form, please send me your requests, your inquiries. Just go ahead and send me either a direct message on social media, or you can hit me up via text as well, or email. All of those work. And we're just going to keep going. That's all we can do. All we can do is keep going. And so I know that this has been a long week, to say the least. I can feel the intensity in the air. I can feel the timelines that have shifted. I can feel just the beauty that awaits around the corner of all the pain, confusion, chaos, tribulations that you've been going through. So this is the annual Selah that we do every year, every season. We take a moment to honor the halfway point. We take a moment to reflect, to pause, to give ourselves the time to rejuvenate for the next half. And so I've done Selah recordings pretty much for every season. So if you're not familiar with Selah, I'll probably do make a playlist of all the Selah so you can get reacquainted or acquainted with that process. But this Selah is a very special one. This is a very personal one for myself. So I'm glad that I'm able to share it with you all and that you guys can share back. So if you have any comments, always leave them in the description. And I appreciate any likes, any shares, any subscriptions, most definitely. And right now we are about to embark on the 6-month healing journey, the process. So I'm offering 6 months to help you transform your life, because we are in the season of the fire horse. This is the year. If you felt stuck in repeated cycles, if you're tired of being sick and tired, it's time to make that change. It's time to take that leap. I know it can be scary, but you don't have to do this alone. So I'm offering a 6-month holistic healing service. The sign-up sheet is available in my description. Now, today is the final day to sign up. Well, technically tomorrow at midnight will be the final day to sign up. And if you miss that window, I'll see if I can squeeze you in, but spaces are limited. So please make sure you sign up, and very grateful for all the people who already have. So be aware that we were getting that started for June till November. You have this chance to go at your own pace and really dig into this. It's going to be a weekly service that will help you really transform your life. Really transform your life. So I also want to say, since I won't be here doing recordings for June, I want to go ahead and say Happy Pride Month to all my star seeds. Not necessarily star seeds, right? You don't have to be a star seed to be a part of the community, but June is Pride Month. So happy Pride, everyone. And it doesn't just have to be for the LGBT community. Be proud for who you are, how far you've arrived, how much you've done. Just be proud of yourself for everything you've conquered, known and unknown. So shout out to you all in the world. And I also want to say happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, right? I love the fact that there's a song by NERD, Pharrell Williams, right? And NERD. And I think it's Shay, who's part of the group. He says, "It's what possessed the slave to look in the river. and he saw his true reflection. Fuck is a mister. So we have always been free, people of color, people who have been ostracized, who have been dismissed or attempted to be erased from history. Look, you wouldn't be persecuted if you weren't having something special. You wouldn't be hated if there was nothing to be threatened by. So happy Juneteenth to all my people of color, to all my people getting their freedom, their liberation. It's an annual thing. It's an annual thing, right? Freedom is a state of mind. So, as Bob Marley said, I actually don't remember the quote at all right now. It just escaped me. But no shackles on my feet, but I'm not free, is what he says in the concrete jungle. And that's what we live in, this concrete jungle, right? And also, I have no clue when the Selah will conclude, so I want to also give a shout out to the Lion's Gate, which is the Star Sirius in the Lion's Portal will be opening around August. So all the beautiful things that happened during this summer, during the heightened energy and light that is able to proceed and penetrate our earth and our frequency, it's important to really honor this time. So I would recommend listening to the Lionsgate Portal episode, as well as the complimentary playlist to get you in the vibration of the heart of the lion, to really have courage, because that's what's required for this season. Because this Selah, ooh boy, let me tell you, it's going to be fire, and it's going to have its challenges, but it's going to be us that are able to overcome those challenges. I know right now I'm in a very peculiar season where I don't even know how I'm going to get out of a lot of things, but never fret. Never fret. There's always a way. And the answers arrive when you are calm and you are sure and assertive. So faith is not before the testing. It's what's required for getting through circumstances. So may your faith be greater than your fears. And always check out the playlist as far as getting into the musical vibration, because energy is a vibration. So these songs, these energies that I have for those who are inclined to be music assertives or, connoisseurs, you'll see that everything is very intentional. And so those playlists that I have for the general public, you can find them on Spotify, you can find them on Apple, you can find them on YouTube. I make them on YouTube as well so the general public can access them. You may have to deal with some annoying ass ads, but it's all pros and cons, give or take. So understand that you have the power. You've always had the power. And it's about wielding that power and not being afraid of ourselves, right? We have been taught to be afraid of ourselves, that someone else has the answer. No, the answers are within. So getting right to it, this Selah will be a very special Selah for me, to say the least, to say the least, to say the least. And, that's actually my favorite soulful Christmas song is This Christmas. My favorite Christmas song from like traditional, I guess, what are they called? Christmas carols, right? My favorite Christmas carol is The First Noel, but the First Noel is my favorite Christmas carol. My favorite soulful Christmas song is This Christmas. So this Selah is going to be very personal. This Selah is a time of restoration. A lot of time we feel that we're behind. We feel that we've missed out on things because we've been healing. We've been isolated. We've, been scared. All of that is being restored during this season. The time that has been consumed by other things is coming to a halt. There's going to be restoration of quote unquote wasted time. There's going to be restoring of the years that the locusts took from us. There's going to be restoring of your energy, of your well springs. There's going to be restoring and replenishing of your vitality. And all of these things are coming back to finish this year of the horse, the fire horse, to blaze a new trail. And let me just say, it's never a wrong time to start. The time is always now. So being in the present moment is going to get you further and faster. Feeling what you feel, being honest about how you feel, and really sink into it. Now, if you struggle with avoidance, if you struggle with reality, this is going to be a time to really learn how to grasp these concepts so that way you can start to manifest in the practical. You can manifest your desired outcome. And again, these are things that you'll be learning if you've opted into the 6-month holistic healing. But regardless, it's in your hands to be able to do. You most certainly can do this. And maybe you spent a lot of time healing from trauma, rewiring your system. Maybe you felt like many of us, we're not where we want to be right now. And so many things have not gone as planned. This is the time to course correct. It really is. You are in control. You can course correct. So this Selah is going to be a time of restoration. It's going to be a time to really sink into your healing, to really sink into what this is. Now, we all are on our own growth track. So this may resonate for some. This may not resonate for many. But nonetheless, this Selah will be what it's meant to be for you. For me, this is going to be a time of great healing, great restoration, reaping what I deserve. All the effort that I've put in is coming right back. This Selah will also be a time of growth. So we're all on our own path and we're all growing at our own pace. But when you've stunted yourself, they used to say, don't drink coffee. I actually know someone who drank a lot of coffee and they stunted their growth. They stopped growing. They were probably supposed to be slightly taller than what they are. So you can stunt your growth. You can literally self-sabotage yourself out of the blessings that were made for you. You can sacrifice those. And little do you know it, every choice you've done up to this point has actually put you on a trajectory that has locked you into a grid line, that has put you on a path that you are in now, and you're going to be reaping those consequences from those choices you've made. And that's not to scare you. That is to prepare you. Because you can either choose to see these consequences from a victim mindset. Why is this happening to me? I don't deserve this. We don't deserve a lot of different things, but they happen for our highest good. So you can take this time as an opportunity to see this as, where did you slip? Where did you mess up? Where did you make the wrong choice? Without having to blame and shame yourself, but take accountability. There is so much strength and power. If you're someone like myself, I used to run from responsibility. Now I run towards it, because that's where the true kings are. That's where the true queens are. And that's where the true power resides. You don't have control over everything. And the more you try to control, the more you lose yourself. The more you try to control, the more it slips your grip. So the more assessment you can have of seeing things as what they really are, not what you want them to be, not what you hope they would be, but what they really are, and feel into that pain and feel into that acceptance. So you have the power to do that. Or you can choose to interpret things through a very shallow, narrow mindset. Now, that's not to say that you are those things. It's to say we use these things as coping mechanisms to deflect any pain we might feel. We use these things to not feel responsible. And that brings up a feeling of guilt and uncomfortability. That's natural. It's okay. It's a natural part of the process. You didn't do anything wrong when those feelings arrive. They're actually there to indicate something for you. That doesn't mean blame yourself and self-loathe and self-hate. It means take it as a chance. I know it's easier said than done, especially if you've had a repetitious pattern of preparing for the worst or seeing things as they are not, are being manipulated or gaslit. If that's what your compass has been set to, I get it. It's tough. If you've been programmed a certain way, it is fucking hard to get out of these patterns, okay? I never said it would be easy. No one ever said it would be. But if you aren't growing, there's a problem. And people can go their entire existence without growing. So trust me, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to live the most abundant, free, prosperable life, I would encourage you to go through the pain, go through the steps to heal and to be free once and for all. Shit is going to be fucking scary, okay? It's always going to be scary. I've never done anything that didn't arrive with tremendous amounts of fear. Tremendous. I mean, paralyzing. I mean, like, about to have a panic attack just thinking about it kind of shit. Like, it's going to be scary, okay? And no one can hold your hand through that part. But you can know that others have gone before you. And you can know that others will wait and arrive and be there to greet you on the other side. And you can know that there is a divine presence that is always with you, should you choose to acknowledge it. So this is going to be a Selah where facing your fears is going to be really, I'm going to say, mandatory. It's optional for those who aren't really serious, but it's mandatory for those of us who are. Because we feel it, right? We can't stay small. We can't stay boxed in. We can't be limited by our old lives. And one of us has to die. So it's either going to be you sacrificing your future self, or it's going to be your ego. It's going to be your past. It's going to be your traumas. It's going to be the negative storyline you've lived in. It's going to be your comfort zone. Nothing grows in a comfort zone. It stays the same and then it dies. So nothing will grow in your comfort zone. At most, it will be the same. You'll continue to cycle through the same traumas, the same people, the same lessons, the same pain over and over again. And you'll think that it's different. It might be slightly different because I'm sure there's slight things you're learning, whether consciously or subconsciously. But if you really want to be the manifester, if you really want to take control of your life, you have to step into the driver's seat. You have to. You have to grab the wheel. And as scary as it is, the wheel shaking, you about to run off course and everything else, you got to grab the wheel. No one else can drive your life for you. And when you let them, trust me, they'll take you into a ditch. They'll take you somewhere you ain't even trying to go. So it's best to face your fears. At least that's what I'll be doing if you want to join me on that journey. Because the life I want, I know is on the other side. And I know that I'm going to get it because I've done it before. And I will continue to do it each and every day. So feel through the growing pains. Feel through the growing pains. Know that you didn't do anything wrong. There's going to be a lot of emotions that come up, a lot of feelings. And those growing pains take time. So you can either be your best friend or your worst enemy on this journey. I would say always lean into trying to be your best friend. That voice in your head that's not yours, go ahead and close it down. Go ahead and tune it out. Go ahead and put it on mute. The voice that tells you you're not good enough, the voice that tells you you ain't worth it, go ahead and tune that out. The voice that tells you everything is your fault somehow, it's not. That voice was planted a long time ago. So this Selah will be unlike any other because this is going to be deeply personal for you. Deeply personal for you. Whatever you're currently working through, you're going to have opportunity after opportunity to make a choice. A choice point will be presented to you. And you might feel like I'm not ready, so you don't do it. Okay? Better luck next time. If and when that point arrives again, you might still say, I'm still not ready. Okay? And you might continue that for the entire days of your life. I'm still not ready. I'm still not ready. And to each their own. And that's why it's going to be very personal. Because you're never going to feel ready. That's the thing. You're never going to feel ready. You just got to be ready. As my girl said, I can't even remember her name right now. But as as one of my friends said, she was actually one of our singers during Features Week. And I bring that up because the other thing that's happening in June, I digress for a moment. The other thing that's happening in June is the summer solstice. So, yay, summer solstice. If you're aware of the summer solstice, um, yes, it's going to be very beautiful. And I'm actually going to leave a clip that my band at the time, many moons ago, I started a band, and we made our own original music, and it was a really great time. And we would perform, at this place, a lot of different places actually, but specifically we had a spot at a place, like a restaurant, and they let us do what's called a features week, where we were kind of like, the putting on a concert for everyone there. And we had a lot of people that we featured to perform with us. And one of the girls that was featured with us, she said, I didn't know I was about to go next, but I heard if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So this Selah is exactly that. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, because you're never going to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. Um, but the point of that is that we had a song titled Solstice. Beautiful song that we created, and it's probably one of my favorite original songs that we made. And you know, much love to that time. Very grateful for that time in my experience. And I know that music is always going to be a part of me. So I see another band in the near future. But for right now, this Selah is going to be deeply helping you get your dreams off the ground, whatever those things may be. So it's going to be deeply personal. It may have a lot of different moments of pain and fear and uncertainty. But that's where the true treasure is, to figure out who you are. You're built in the trenches. Just like Trevor Noah said, there is joy in the trenches. And you'd never know how you're going to get to the other side. There's always been catastrophes happening in the world. They didn't see their way out of it at that time. When wars have been going on and have been going on since the dawn of existence, no one knows when it's going to end or how it's going to end, but it eventually does. And so the same thing with the trials and tribulations going on in your own individual life, they will come to an end. And there may be uncertainty, there may be chaos, there may be a feeling of unsafety, but resort to the safety within oneself. Resort to the safety within your higher self. This is also going to be a very truthful Selah, because truth has a resonance, truth has a vibration that attracts more truth and attracts more of the things that are aligned with you and honest to you. So, as I always like to do during the Selah, I feel that there was something I wanted to mention. It's just that this time, I guess what I wanted to mention is that I don't really know. I don't really know. But nonetheless, every Selah, I do this where we go through the analytics. We go through the report of what you guys have really been intrigued by. So I want to thank you all again, and give a shout out to the top 10 episodes. I think that it's important, right, to balance both, to have the analytics as well as the emotional intelligence. So I want to thank you all for subscribing to the channel. If you've appreciated this, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And consider sharing this with those you think may appreciate it, as well as signing up for the 6-month holistic healing journey if you haven't already. If that is something that interests you and you feel aligned to do that, please reach out. I'd be honored to walk with you on this journey. So let's give it up for a drum roll. Drum roll for the top. They do top 10, but I'm going to do the top 5 episodes. Top 5 episodes. Coming in at number 5. Number 5, classic, right? Classic episode is the Twin Flame episode, coming in with 2,213 listens so far. So thank you so much for all the people who are on the Twin Flame journey, all who have experienced it, reached out about it. If you are not familiar with it, I will leave these top 5 episodes in the description so you can check them out at your convenience. Go through the Twin Flame journey and what that process is like. Coming in at number 4, I want to give a shout out to my Syrian starseeds. Thank you so much for making it into the top 5. And I mentioned the Lionsgate portal already, which is connected to the Syrian starseeds. So thank you for coming in with 2,000 listens, 359 listens so far. So thank you so very much for all my Syrian starseeds. Followed by that at number 3, we have the types of starseeds. So if you don't know what starseeds are, you're like, what are you talking about? Or what are you doing? Well, we're talking about the starseeds. So that was an episode from way back when, season 1, where I discussed the types of starseeds. As I'm always learning, it's all new to me too. So welcome to the party. Coming in at number 3 with 2,494 listens so far. Thank you so much. And this is just through Spotify. So I don't know how many. I'm sure it's varies based on Apple and whatever else you use to listen to these episodes. So thank you so much, Spotify listeners, and for those who listen on any other platform. And coming in at number 2 spot, we have the Andromedon starseeds. Now, I've really had a personal connection with the Andromedon starseeds. So if you feel a resonance to that, you feel inclined to look into the Andromedon starseeds, I would encourage you to do so. Go ahead and look at the episodes in the description. Feel into which one resonates with you, because you may be an Andromedon starseed. That might be why you're here. That is the second episode most listened to, coming in at 2,781 listens. So my heart is very grateful from a personal stance to the Andromedon starseeds. You will always have my heart. So thank you so very much. And last but certainly not least, the number one spot. I got to put my salesperson personality on right. The number 1 spot is the Palladian starseeds. If you're not familiar with Palladians, they reach back to ancient texts. The ancient text that talks about the Palladians. You'll find them in all types of civilization, in all types of writing. So you very well may be a Palladian starseed. I do believe that there are more Palladians here than ever before. There are some other starseeds that I've been really coming into contact with, particularly the Octurians. I've really been feeling their energy sending messages very much as well. But in general, Palladians, if you don't know where to start, I would say start there, because most of us have had one or more times around the sun as a Palladian starseed. So Palladian starseeds, thank you so much at the number 1 spot of 2,884 listens so far. I thank you so very much. I bow to you. I appreciate you. You are more than welcome here. So with all that being said, please be well. Enjoy the mid-season finale. Enjoy the rest of the Selah. And I will return when I return. So be on the lookout. Make sure you have the bell notification turned on Spotify, on YouTube, and whatever other platform you may be listening to this on. And please reach out for anything. I would be grateful to collaborate and to assist in any way possible. So you are never alone. You're well supported. Thank you so much. I love you all. Be well. Take care. Until next time. Now, how do I stop the chat? All right. Thank you and good day. That is crazy, yo. I don't even know how to stop this joint. Maybe I could just exit, but I don't want it. Oh, it says end. I guess that would be the cue, right? So anyway, thank you all. Be well. Until next time.